Hey folks, back out on the creek. I'm gonna do a little digging, try to find some gold. The water's up a little bit. Of course, it's nearing winter, so the trees aren't, they're not soaking up all that water. So when it rains, the creeks come up a little bit more, a little bit faster. That's okay, there's not too much water. We're gonna try to find some gold today. But this is something I really need to do. I need to be out here next to the creek, out in the woods, whatever it takes. Just been irritated. There's been a lot of stuff that's went on this year that's just kind of made it a screwed up year. And I don't want to be a whiner or nothing. It's just, things are just messed up. So we're out here to try to relieve that and try to feel a little better about things. And we're going to give that our hardest try today and just try to find some gold. I think we're going to dig right here. Get some buckets. Set our sluice up down there. It's not set up yet, of course, but let's get to it and try to find some gold. All right. Oh yeah, before I go any further, let me state, everything's clean. There's no gold in anything, so there will not be any contamination. I'm going to try to remember to do that from now on. Sometimes we get in a hurry and we just get to the creek and start digging, but everything is completely free of gold. So everything we find today will be from today. All right, let's do it. All right, first half bucket's full. Let's get our sluice box set up down here where we usually do. It's a pretty good spot. She seems to run pretty good down there. So let's get it set up, start pushing this stuff through the box and see what it says. All right, nice day. Kind of feels like rain. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to warm up near 50, but I tell you what, this water's cold. My hands are already freezing. That's okay though. All right, let's feed this stuff through. Okay, running along. Box is running pretty good, I like it. Almost done with this bucket, let me show you. See there? Oh, we got a flake already. Right down there, we got a flake. Not sure if you can see that. Let me zoom in to show that to you. Everybody likes seeing gold, right? Hopefully you can hear me today. That crick is loud. Right down there. Look, right there, see it? Pretty sure that's a piece of gold. I'm not seeing any other gold yet. There might be some micros in there that we can't see, but I'm gonna finish this bucket and obviously get another one. But yeah, just a nice day to be out here. Really needed this. Okay, I'll keep feeding it. Get us some gold. Okay, first half bucket empty. Still have that little flake I showed you, and I saw a couple little micros in there, so yeah, picking up gold. You can see the black sand starting to add up in there. Everything looks like it's even across the box. Pretty cool. All right, let's go fill another one. This sandy stuff, a lot of fine grain in there. We know that the gold travels in that. That little fossil right there. All right. We got bucket number 3, half bucket number 3. Let me show you over here. The water's finally cleared up. You can see that ledge there. That rock came up over here, that rock was, or actually it was right up there on the bank. So that wasn't down in there. I did pull a couple other bigger rocks out of there, but you see that bedrock ledge. Maybe I can stick the shovel in there and see how far. It's about halfway up on the shovel there. Maybe a little more, see that? But we're over the shovel head in depth. But I'm down on the bottom after that. We're close to it, maybe. Still getting material. But as we all know, or if you don't, that gold could be riding along here and then just get hung up behind that crack, and that eddy will suck it right down in there, and heavies will deposit right on the edge of that. Of course, they will carry down sometimes, all depending on the size, the shape of the gold, the amount of water, any obstructions or anything to force the water one way or another. There's so many things that come into play as to why heavies sit where they do. So that's not what I'm talking about right now. I just wanted to tell you there's a bedrock ledge, and of course my mind gets carried away like it is right now again. Anyway, there's a bedrock ledge right there. Might have some gold in it. Run this bucket through. We don't see anything in this bucket. I think we're going to be done sluicing. I mean, I love sluicing, but regardless of, as long as we're out here, I don't care. But what we're going to do is just walk upstream, and I believe I've shown you before. You might be able to see it. Let me zoom in a little. See all the rocks up there? Oops, accidentally shut my camera off. If I hit one of the buttons, I don't know, it stops recording. Anyway, you see all those bigger rocks up there. We're gonna walk up through that way and take some test pans and try to find a spot up there that might be holding some gold. All right, just wanted to show you, we're getting a pretty good amount of black sand. Look at it. That's pretty good. I'm not really seeing any more gold. I see one tiny little flake right there. You probably will not be able to see it. I don't know, probably 2/3 of the way done with that bucket. Let's finish it up. I just wanted to show you how much black sand's in this stuff. And it doesn't look super fine. It's not really coarse, but you know what I mean. It's not super fine black sand. Thought I heard some voices, and I see a truck parked down there. Anyway, I just wanted to give you a little tip if you're new to prospecting, and I just noticed something over here. We're going to check that out in just a minute. But if you're new to prospecting, when you go to do your cleanup, fill your bucket or put a bunch of water in your 5-gallon bucket. You notice how my sluice is able to sit there because the weight of the bucket is helping stabilize everything. If you don't have water in your bucket to weigh it down, you don't have to do this, but it's very helpful. Sometimes you go to clean this stuff out and the rush of water pushing against this side of an empty bucket as you wash it out will try to tip this bucket over, and you could lose some stuff. And there's various other reasons to do it, but just a good tip. Get a bunch of water in your bucket first. All right, I see a little mayfly right there. Poor fella. We'll try to save him. We got it all in a pan. You see the shiny black sands in there. Hematite and magnetite. I don't generally check my stuff with a magnet to see how much of it's magnetite. I guess that some hematite is slightly magnetic too, so. But anyway, pretty soon I'll give that a spin. Looks like a piece right there. Give that a spin back and see what gold's in there. Just wanted to say thanks for coming along with me today. Thanks for being out here keeping me company. You know, it's not exactly sitting next to me hanging out, but you know what I mean. I appreciate it. Sure is pretty though, isn't it? Beautiful New York State. Alright, let me spin this back and we'll see how much gold we got. Okay, I don't have it all pulled back yet, but I just wanted to show you. I don't think you're going to be able to see it. I'm going to have to zoom in a lot. But, I mean, the ones that you can see on camera, see those tiny ones? There's some that are half that size in there. Just a whole bunch. I don't know. I see 20, 30 pieces in there. I don't think you can see it. Let me put a shadow on it. Get closer. Nope. I mean, some of them you can see. You can see the contrast between the yellow and the silver. But there's some in there that you can't even really see. On camera, anyway. Alright, I'm going to finish this up. Try to get it all together and have a look at it. We might be able to see it better that way. Okay, I got it all pulled back. I did miss a couple down in here. As usual, I do it kind of fast. There's one right there. We'll take all that home, and we always keep that and run it later on. Gives us something to do when everything's froze up. But let me show you the gold. Let me zoom in. Where's my finger? See that? Not too bad. And there's some, like I said earlier, there's a whole bunch of teeny tiny like stuff. Like right above, see the two right off the end of my finger? Right between those two and the one above it, there's like 3 or 4 pieces right in there that the camera just cannot pick up. I mean, it doesn't add up to weight, but we count them as pieces, right? It makes us feel better the more gold we get. Doesn't it? Doesn't matter how little it is. It's like, hey, I got 100 pieces of gold today. Yeah. We are kind of silly like that, aren't we? But there's a bunch of nice gold in there. Let me put a shadow on it. You can see it in there. Not too bad, huh? Not too bad. Okay, we're gonna get that snuffed up. The rest we're gonna put in the bucket, and then we'll stash our stuff in the weeds. I'm not gonna leave it in the back of the truck because people like to steal things. You know, there's people out there that, I won't go into it, but you know what I'm saying. So we're just gonna stash our stuff up in the weeds over there, and go up through there and do some test panning. That should be fun. Pretty nice gold. That's only 3 half buckets. And we're gonna fill that hole in. Just a minute. I want to show you how I fill my hole in. If you're new to prospecting, I know that some people that comment, they like the little tips and stuff, and that's what they watch YouTube for prospecting for, is tips, because they're, you know, either they're just getting started or they just like to learn stuff. So let me talk about how I fill my hole back in. All right. Okay, you can see our hole there. I showed you before. It's, I don't know, it's maybe 12 inches deep right at the bottom there. But when you go to fill your hole in, you don't have to necessarily make sure it's completely, the whole void is filled in. You just take some bigger rocks like that one and these ones and chuck them in there. You got to move that one around a little bit. But you don't have to fill your hole completely in. The biggest concern and the etiquette of it is, in case somebody's walking down through here and, you know, maybe they walked down through here yesterday and then you're here digging, right? And then tomorrow they come down and their brain says just walk off the edge there because you have been, no problem. So they start walking, they fall in your hole and hurt themselves. We don't want that, right? So you got to at least fill the hole in enough so when people step off, they're not stepping down into the hole that they might not know is there. That's just a little tip, you know, because usually like for me, I just put the bigger rocks in there, fill it up like I was saying, because I'm going to come back and I want to work in that hole some more. We'll come back with a hand pump and work that out and follow this crack right wherever it goes. We're going to follow that baby right out here. So I don't want to have to shovel a bunch of material out of there. I just want to be able to reach in there and pull these bigger rocks out of the way. So I'll fill that back in and then I'll show you what I mean. Okay? All right. See, as simple as that. I just toss some bigger rocks in there. Now if somebody walks down off there, they're not going to step in the hole. And there's quite a bit of a concern because last time I was here, there was an older lady, I'd say elderly lady, with her dog down here. They come down here and the dog plays in the creek, plays fetch and whatnot. So I definitely do not want her to get hurt or anybody else. So, and you know, as far as filling in holes, there's been times where I'm out in the middle of nowhere I know that nobody's gonna come around. I don't fill my hole in if I'm coming back the next day. I don't. When I'm done prospecting for the couple days or the week or whatever I'm there, I fill the hole in then. That's if I'm out in the middle of nowhere. So anyway, let's get up through there and try to find some gold. I'm not seeing anything that catches my eye. Nothing at all. I know when the current's high, it's all the way up to the top of that bank. You can see from the erosion up to the top of the bank there. So that water's ripping down through here. And all of the larger stones, like you see that one down there, that bigger one right there, all these larger stones are elevated up in the strata. They're up on top of everything. So that just tells me that even when the water's high, it's just moving everything through here. There's no New York gold that's gonna stick in here. It's just not gonna happen. There's some spots up on the edges that might hold some gold, but I really don't think so. I think it's all gonna get blown right out of here. Just from the experience that I have working in New York, that's my thought on it. We're going to continue to walk up through there though. I see some other bigger stones and maybe a spot where the creek widens out. We need to find a stone that's sitting down in the material though, a stone that's remained there for a while. Because without the obstruction remaining there, the gold just blows out when the obstruction moves, you know. Especially this fine gold. If that makes sense. I try to explain things so that even the beginners can understand. Of course, I'm no pro, but I've been doing it a while. Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, we came upstream a ways. I didn't see any spots up through that faster section where gold would deposit, so I didn't even take a test pan, but a bunch of videos ago I talked about, I think it was this bar or the next one down, taking a couple test pans in here, so that's what we're gonna do. Pick a spot or two in here and take a test pan. Okay, took test pans down through there. Nothing, just little tiny bits of black sand. Really fine stuff. I even came up into here. Then I came down here. I knew there shouldn't be anything down here. I took a test pan, nothing. So then I came on the other side of the tree here, tried one there, nothing. Another one down below there, nothing. Little tiny bits of black sand. So we're gonna get out of here. Probably just head home, I don't know. Actually, there's an old channel or an old mill channel that runs down through here someplace. Before I seen pieces of old pottery, so let's walk down through there. We might be able to find an old bottle or something, you never know. So let's try that, huh? Well, that'll be the end of that video. I had another ending film, but it wasn't too happy, so. The problem is, my father just passed away last Thursday. It's been a little rough staying positive, so I'm gonna try to end the video on a positive note with a little bit of a New York wintertime. So pretty, isn't it? Just gonna go for a little walk up the road here and, you know, just do some thinking. Once again, I'm glad y'all stopped in and kept me company on the creek. It's much needed. Greatly appreciated. I'll see you on the next video. I actually got some metal detecting pre-recorded. I'll get that up pretty soon. Share that experience with you guys and gals. Really appreciate you. I'll see you on the next one. And remember, as always, keep trying to have fun. That's the important part of life, is having fun. Without that, what do we got, right? Alright. Y'all take care. See you on the next one.